Dear students, today let us discuss about 11th lesson, our non-material heritage. So in this lesson, first before going to discuss about the lesson, have you heard about interesting fables, folk tales, our traditional dance forms and other rituals? These are called our non-material heritage. Mr. Did you heard about our Indian tradition, like some of our Indian traditions like folk dances, like some dramas, like that? Did you heard about it? So those are called as a non-material heritage. Okay, now let us learn about it. Now the first one, let us learn about oral traditions. Oral traditions. So what is this oral traditions here? Oral means saying the stories orally, and the students are listening the stories. That we call it as oral stories. Yeah, knowledge is passed on from one generation to another as a tradition in different ways. The oral tradition is one such a way where people verbally pass on the knowledge. Verbally means they say the story orally and they say to their childrens and all. Stories about deities, knowledge of medicines, rituals, skills are all transformed from one generation to another through oral traditions. A storytellers, singers, puppeteers, teachers, grandparents and parents play an important role in passing on this traditional knowledge to new generations. So how they give this oral traditions here means here so many peoples are involved here. Like some peoples are there like storytellers, singers are there. Singers means in singing only they say the story. And puppeteers. Puppeteer means they make a dolls and all, and with that with that puppets, small puppets, and they tie a thread with for it, and after tying a thread with that they'll make some shows and all. So that we call it as a puppet show. Teachers, grandparents and parents, they play an important role in the oral traditions. Even teachers also, yes or no? Especially in English and other, they say the stories as well, no? Stories. And stories from Panchatantra, a very ancient collection of stories, remains one of the most popular forms of oral literature. Here Panchatantra stories have animal characters who teach important lessons in an interesting manner. Panchatantra, did you see in the TVs and all, they will be showing about Panchatantra in cartoons. Especially in cartoons they will be showing about Panchatantra. It is very interesting stories. They are very interesting stories. See the stories, we will not be bored. We will not get bored. We get very interesting by seeing the such stories and all. And the lion and the bull, the monkey and the crocodile, like some of the stories are there. Lion and the bull, monkey and the crocodile, the lion and the mouse. So like this many stories are there. With when the children are small, at that time only the stories are given to them for small children. And next is Jataka tales are short Buddhist tales. They have many stories that share common elements with the Panchatantra stories, and they have also been popular mediums for teaching about moral conduct and good behavior. Means by listening this story, what we are going to learn from this story here? So from this story we are going to learn some of the moral values, disciplines, moral values and disciplines we are going to learn through these stories. Like Panchatantra stories are there. When you see the Panchatantra stories in the TV, in the cartoons and all, they will be showing about Panchatantra stories. Yes or no? So when you see the stories, how do you feel? They show a total within one day itself. One day means in one day they will show at least for half an hour. After like this 1 week. Within 1 week they will complete one story. If after completing the story, what you are going to understand from that story? You are going to learn some of the moral values and you are going to learn some of the discipline and what you have to do and what you have to not do. Everything you are going to learn from it. And a story చూస్తేనే మనకు తెలిసిపోతుంది అన్నమాట. దాంట్లో చెడు ఏది మంచిది ఏది అన్నట్ల అది మొత్తం మాకు అర్థమవుతుంది. So like this some interesting stories are there. So that we call it as a oral traditions. So about this oral traditions, one by one we are going to learn in the next class.